Continuing with the presentation of data, in our video number 19, we will discuss diagrammatic presentation. It is a third method of presentation of data. So far we learned the textual form and the tabular form. Today we will discuss the third method, which is diagrammatic presentation. It is the quickest way of understanding complex data. It effectively translates abstract ideas into more concrete and easily comprehensible form. So, when the data becomes too large to be handled, then we need a more advanced, a more better way of presenting the data so that it can be understood easily. So, here we have different kinds of diagrams. The geometric diagram, the frequency diagram, and the arithmetic line graph. The geometric diagrams consist of bar diagrams, which are in turn simple, multiple, and component diagrams, and a pie diagram. Then we have under the frequency diagrams the histogram, frequency polygon, frequency curve, and the ogive. And the last one being arithmetic line graph. So we are going to discuss one after the other all these presentation of data in the form of different diagrams. Let us now look at the very first type of a diagram, the geometric diagram. Under this, bar diagrams. Bar diagrams comprise of group of rectangular bars of equal width for each class. Of course, bar diagrams you have done in your previous classes, but here in under 11th we are going to learn under statistics and economics, not mathematics. These depict only one characteristic. So they are simple bar diagrams because there is only one characteristic. That could be height, literacy rate, marks, sales, anything, or population between different countries. Okay. Then the bars can be vertical or horizontal. This is a vertical way of representing the data, and this is the horizontal way of representing the data. However, the vertical way of presenting the data is more popularly used. Data can be easily compared based on the heights of the bars. So since the heights represent the characteristic, the height of the data will help us to compare the different data presented in this bar diagram. So let's go into an example as to how to draw a bar diagram. So here we have example number 1, which reads, the following is the imaginary birth rate per thousand of different countries over 2014-15 period. Construct a suitable diagram with the help of the figures given below. We are given the names of the countries and we are given the birth rates in the respective countries. So China's birth rate per thousand is 40, Sweden's is 15, United Kingdom is 20, and Germany 16, New Zealand 30, and India 33 per 1000 is the birth rate. Let us now represent this in the form of a simple bar diagram. To draw a simple bar diagram, we need to have one x-axis and a y-axis so that all the bars can be equally placed on this horizontal line, what we call as x-axis. Now since we are representing a bar diagram, we need to have the title or heading for the graph or representation of data in the form of a bar. What will we write the heading as? Since the data given to us is the birth rate per thousand of different countries over 2014 and 15, that is what will be the heading. So let's write down bar diagram representing birth rate of different countries. Lack of space, so I'm writing like that. Different countries over 2014-2015. Okay, so here you will write in, or you can write here also footnote. Do you remember what we learnt in the tabular form? So footnote can be birth rate per thousand. This is how we are given in the table here. Okay, then we need to write a scale. Just as you write in your mathematics, you write a scale. On x-axis, what is the scale? 1 centimeter would represent what? And on y-axis, what is 1 centimeter taken as? Generally, when we are given a data like this, the country, the first one would represent x-axis and the second one represents the y-axis. This is the general way of writing a table. Sorry. So we will represent on the x-axis countries. So here we will write countries, and on the y-axis we will write birth rate per thousand. So we will write here birth rate per thousand. Okay. Then what did we do on the x-axis? 1 centimeter is equal to 1 country, and on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1000 birth rate. Okay, birth rate per thousand. So now let's represent the countries on the x-axis. We have so what we are going to do on the x-axis is every 1 centimeter will represent one country. So the first country is China, and on the y-axis we have to represent it. Since it is given 40, 15, 20, 16, 30, 33, I think we can take 10. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 thousands. So let's say it is 10,000, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Those are the numbers. And on the x-axis, the first country is China, whose birth rate is 40 per thousand. So China goes here. This is 40. So we'll use a ruler to draw the line. So here we have China 40. So we're taking 1 centimeter and say this is China. So either we can write here in the same bar, or you can write it down here. The next is Sweden, whose birth rate is 15. So 15 falls somewhere here. So here this is Sweden. So we will write inside Sweden. Then we have UK, whose birth rate is 20. So 20 is somewhere here. Okay. So 20, which again should be equal to 1 centimeter. See the country, the size of the bar or the width of the bar should be 1 centimeter, and the space between these two bars also should be equal to 1 centimeter. Okay. Then after UK it is Germany, whose birth rate is 16, somewhere here. Then we have this is Germany, and then New Zealand is 30. 30 is here. So we will draw a bar for New Zealand. Then last is India, whose birth rate is 33. So somewhere just above this. However, you will have to take measurement like this. So this is 15, this is 20, Okay, so likewise you go, and this is India. So India is 33. So this is how you represent bar diagram, and these bars are vertical. That means they stand upright. The same bar diagram can be represented horizontally also. So this is the horizontal bar diagram for the same data. Here we have represented countries on the y-axis, and on the x-axis we represent the birth rate per 1000. So this shows, how do you analyze this? This shows that China has the highest birth rate, and then comes India, then New Zealand, then UK, then Germany, and then Sweden. So this bar diagram helps us to easily compare, analyze the given data. The second is the multiple bar diagram. Here we present two or more sets of data as bars. That is why multiple bars. Multiple bars means if it is single, it's a simple bar. Multiple means more than one. Say two or more sets of data. This helps us to compare values. And here the bars are colored or shaded suitably so that we can differentiate between the bars and understand which bar represents what. So here we have the example. Present the following data relating to the profit earned by two different businesses during 2014 to 2018. So here again we are given year, profit of company X in crores of rupees and profit of company Y in crores of rupees. In 2014-15 it was 46 when compared to profit of Y, which is 35. In 2015-16, X had 48 crores of rupees and profit of Y was 38 crores. In 2016-17, profit of X was 44 crores and profit of Y was 40 crores. Similarly, in 2017-18, profit of X company was 49 crores and that of Y company was 45 crores. So we will represent this in the form of a multiple bar diagram. So here again we will write down the title of the bar diagram that we are going to represent. So profit earned by two different companies during 2014-18. Now we said that the first given is the x-axis and the second will be the y-axis. So here on the x-axis we are going to represent year, and on the y-axis we will represent profits earned by earned by the companies X and Y. And then we will also write the scale. On x-axis what are we representing, and on y-axis what are we representing. Okay, so on x-axis we are representing year, 1 centimeter is equal to 1 year, and on y-axis we are representing 1 centimeter is equal to, what is the profit in crores of rupees, 1 crore. Okay, 10 crore of rupees. Then on the y-axis we represent 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, and the x-axis will represent the year 2014-15, 2015-16, 2016-17 and 2017-18. So let's now plot the graphs. So here we have in 2014-15 company A, it had a profit of 46 crores and company B had 35 crores. Similarly, company A in the year 2015-16 had a profit of 48 crores and that of Y was 38 crores. Similarly, 2016-17 we learnt it was 44 and 40 respectively, and in 17-18 they were 49 and 45 respectively. Okay, so how do we differentiate which is A and which is B? So let us write down A is equal to one box, and let us say this is A, and B, let us say we are going to leave empty. So all A's will be shaded so that it is very easy for us to identify which bar represent the profit of company A and which bar represents profit of company B. So now here it becomes very easy that all those shaded ones are the profits of company A during different periods of time, and those which empty are the profits of company B during the different periods of time. So that is how we make the multiple bar diagram.